What is good, NIO family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one, I'm going to be talking about the one and only NIO stock, what you should be looking out for the future. I'm also going to do some in-depth technical analysis and give you guys my price prediction for NIO for the future based off what the charts are showing and based off what the data is suggesting. I'm also going to break down some big pieces of news coming out for NIO, talk about what the data is suggesting, and also talk about what NIO put on their Twitter page, which makes me very bullish for the long-term future. Now, before I break anything down, before I get into any more details, I still have to mention a couple of things before starting. Firstly, I'm not a financial planner, so don't take any of this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. Not only benefits me, it benefits the entire NIO community as a whole. And the last things, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull, the link down below, and deposit any amount of money into the account, you're guaranteed 12 free stocks, each worth up to $2,000. And the best part is you could always sell these 12 free stocks for cash and use that cash to buy some free NIO shares. This is a limited time offer. The offer ends in just 1 week. Check it out before they run out, as the offer is almost over. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So NIO is currently down about 0.5% for the day. It actually held this range pretty decently, but overall it is still in this downtrend. So now I want to break down what the price action is basically suggesting and what I think is going to play out for NIO for the future. Now, the first thing I wanted to do though is talk about how the market is becoming more fearful, because we have the FOMC meeting in about a month from now, right? And the market is starting to price in a lot of the damage that could actually, it's essentially anticipating to come because of that. Now, by damage, I don't necessarily mean destruction, but I'm talking about how when the federal funds rates get hiked up, slows down our economy, it could lead to a decrease in demand. It could damage earnings in a way where we see companies becoming less profitable. And this is all necessary to bring down inflation, because the last report came out at 8.5%, still a little bit too high. Now, if you look at the trend that SPY is in, this thing looks very bearish. It looks like it's going to come down pretty hard. And with that said, it looks like the SPY is going to just start dropping and dropping and dropping, and the whole market is essentially going to take a hit because of this. Now, could we have a slight relief day tomorrow? It is possible, but it's not looking that way. It looks more like the SPY is going to have big drops, trade sideways from some time, push up a tiny bit, then see more drops to come. This is what the trend is doing. You could see we're kind of stair-stepping our way down. Quite literally, you could see this thing's just capping down, trading sideways, capping down, trading sideways, capping down. It's going to probably trade sideways, maybe push up a little bit. Then we're going to see another gap to the downside, probably to like the 400s very soon, in my honest opinion. So I know people don't like to hear that, but that is what the market is basically suggesting. This is how things are looking, and this is what I'm essentially seeing right now for the market. And this is going to cause lots of red all over the place. If you're looking at Ethereum or GME, if you're looking at all sorts of stocks out there like Coinbase, if you're looking at, a bunch of different things, we're seeing red all over the place. Tesla's down over 2%. NIO is going to be dragged down with that too. Remember, there is that correlation between NIO and the SPY. Right here, the blue line is SPY, the white line is NIO. They tend to be correlated. And you can see this very big percentage in price pairs tend to be showing very, very big correlations between them. NIO does tend to have a more positive beta though, so NIO could actually see even more red than SPY, at least temporarily, but it's not entirely guaranteed on a daily basis. Now, another thing that's very big about NIO is we are seeing very big fluctuations in the seasonality of it, so I do anticipate more downside to come during this time. Unfortunately, that is what the trend is kind of like suggesting, so that is how I'm essentially seeing it right now. What does this mean for NIO going forward? Well, unfortunately, NIO does look like it's following SPY in a way, and we are kind of downtrending. The downtrend is super clear, guys. I can't paint this out in a more clear way. If we use a Fibonacci retracement, just to make this more clear, implied volatility is dropping, so it could affect options. So it could be more beneficial to actually buy puts or try to trade them, but you don't have to do it for NIO. You can do it for any other company. It's really your own choice, but there are other opportunities that could come. As for NIO, where do I see this thing going? It looks like very soon it's going to come down to that 17.96 to 18 range, but then 17.8 also happens to be a very key support zone, so I do see NIO coming there. And we have a gap all the way down. Let me show you where that gap is. Right here, where my cursor is, there's a tiny little gap here. It's going to come down to $16 quite soon, maybe the 15s. It does look like that's going to come for NIO. I do see a downtrend being perpetuated until we actually break below 18.4. That's when it's going to be most likely the case. The golden pocket is all the way down to 15s. So if the whole market continues to just get hit over and over and over again, it is going to affect NIO, unfortunately. Now, I love NIO. I'm very bullish for its long-term future. You could try to argue that this thing will make a comeback in the future, but as of right now, I still stand by what I'm saying. It does look like NIO is going to test these ranges. So what should you look out for tomorrow? This is what I'm essentially predicting. NIO is trying to hold $19, right? We have support right here. And if you look at it carefully, it's trying really hard to hold 19 bucks. So going into tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised if NIO actually drops into open to like 18.5, gets a bounce off of it, and starts pushing up between 18.5, 18.75, trades sideways. Then it pushes to about 19, gets rejected, and then slowly starts to downtrend into the 18s for tomorrow. And if things are really bad, this thing could actually go as low as 17.8, but I'm not seeing that just yet. I'm seeing this thing actually trading kind of sideways and coming down to the low 18s going into tomorrow. That's essentially what I am predicting, unfortunately. I wouldn't be surprised if NIO closed around like 18.2 or something like that. Now, if this is the case, guys, you don't have to panic because you have to remember, firstly, you can dollar cost average downwards. You could buy these dips. That's the first thing to remember. The second thing is you could also play other stocks if you know what you're doing, right? I'm not forcing you to do this. The SPY looks like it's going to come down hard. This is an opportunity to buy puts if you want. If you don't ever like to play on the short side, what could you actually do on the long side? Well, you could play the UVXY, right? The Ultra VIX. It's inversely correlated with the markets. This is another opportunity. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not forcing you to do anything, non-financial advice. Just putting it out there that there are other opportunities out there during times like these. Now, when it comes to the news for NIO, all right, maybe it's kind of bearish for the short term, sure. For the long term, I'm still incredibly bullish. NIO is now teasing new European markets for the ET7 model amid the first batch of the 200 units. So we're starting to see NIO, they're reporting their new EVs. The ET7 is very luxurious. They're going to be producing more cars all over the world. They're getting stronger by the days. And I see them expanding to all these different European countries. That's going to be incredible. They're going to work to start delivering the model in Germany, the Netherlands, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, and other countries. Very, very amazing, in my opinion, for the long-term future. And they're working on deliveries as I speak. So I'm very, very proud of them. I see big things to come for the future. And going back to its options chain, however, for the future, yeah, maybe they're bullish, but for the short term, it's still looking kind of bearish. Look at where max pain is. It's 19 for the week. But right now, there's actually kind of like a balance between puts. I think the market makers are going to want a lot more puts out the money, or I'm sorry, in the money. And you could see calls are just getting destroyed. There are barely any calls in the money. So they're going to try to push this thing below max pain, in my opinion. I don't think that it would be a surprise to see the low 18s relatively soon. Now, remember, NIO may be bearish, but remember this. They have beautiful cars. They have the ET5. They have the ET7. They have so many sedans coming out. They have the SUVs. They're just killing it. And the reason I say they're killing it is because I'm seeing growth in their teams. I'm seeing better teamwork. I'm seeing better products. And I really believe give them time and their deliveries will continue to improve. So this may be the last major dip buying opportunity for NIO. When this thing does, in my opinion, start to come down, this may be one of the last times, because after this, when the market starts to recover, NIO is going to recover with the markets. NIO is going to be back in the 20s, 30s, even 40s within the next few months. It's very possible. So it's very good to take advantage of these dips, because in the future, when we see the markets, when we see the US markets and NIO, they're going to soar to the moon, and you're going to wish you bought these dips. So anyways, non-financial advice. Thank you all for listening. Have a great rest of the day. I hope I brought some value into your guys' lives, and I'll see you guys in the next video. NIO to the moon, because the long-term future is still bright, and peace out.